It's another beautiful day, Kirsty. Rachel Walker exclaimed happily as she and her best friend, Kirsty Tate, hurried along the winding country lane. The blue sky above them was dotted with fluffy white clouds, and the sun was warm on their faces. Isn't Rainspout Island just the most magical place? I can't think anywhere. Anywhere I'd better go on vacation, Kirsty replied, gazing over the lush green fields. The aquamarine sea sparkled in the distance, and seagulls wheeled through the crisp, salty air. The Tates and the Walkers had arrived on the island 3 days ago to spend the fall break here. It's great that we are helping to keep Rainspout clean and beautiful, isn't it, Rachel? Kirsty added. Do you have the flyer that came yesterday? Rachel pulled the flyer out of her pocket. Project Green was written at the top, and underneath it read, Would you like to help the Rainspout Gardening Club make a new garden out of the area of unused land? Then please join us at our site on Butterfly Lane tomorrow. Wear old clothes. I'm glad we've decided to volunteer, Kirsty said as they studied the flyer. We might have our friends, the Earth Fairies, to help us with the environment, but we humans have to do our part too. Rachel nodded. Rainspout Island was a very special place because it was where she and Kirsty had first become good friends with the fairies. Since then, the girls had shared many magical, amazing adventures while helping the fairies outwit Cole, Sly Jack Frost, and his goblins. But now it was Rachel and Kirsty's turn to ask the fairies for help. When the girls had arrived on Rainspout Island, they'd been shocked to see lots of litter and scattered across the golden beach. They decided to ask the king and queen of fairyland to help clean up the human world with fairy magic. King Oberon and Queen Titania had decided that the 7 fairies currently in training would become the Earth Fairies. These fairies would help Rachel and Kirsty make the world a greener place. If the Earth Fairies were successful, they would become full-fledged permanent fairies. But just as the Fairyland wand ceremony was about to begin, the goblins stole the wands that were supposed to be given to the Earth Fairies. Then Jack Frost's icy spell had immediately sent the goblins and wands spinning into the human world to hide. Jack Frost absolutely refused to help the world become greener, but Rachel and Kirsty were equally determined to make sure all 7 of the Earth Fairies got their wands back from the goblins. Then they would work together to make the world become a cleaner, greener place. We made a good start, Rachel said cheerfully. We already tracked down Nicole the Beach Fairy's wand and Isabella the Air Fairy's too. But it's a little scary to think that there are 5 more goblins running around with fairy wands. Kirsty frowned. I hope we find them soon, so the Earth Fairies can get back to work cleaning up our world. Remember what Queen Titania said though, Rachel reminded her. Fairy magic isn't powerful enough to fix all the problems of the environment on its own. Humans have to help too. I know, Kirsty nodded. We must be very close to the Green Project area now, Rachel, she said, looking around. The girls kept walking at the end of the Butterfly Lane. They came to a large empty lot. Rachel and Kirsty could see several people at work. Some were collecting trash that had been dumped and carting it away in wheelbarrows. The girls could see old sofas, rusty bicycles, and broken toys among the junk. Some volunteers were pulling up weeds and digging through the soil. Meanwhile, others were unloading tools and plants from the back of trucks. There's a lot to do, Rachel whispered to Kirsty. This doesn't look like a garden at all yet. As the girls drew closer, they saw a woman in overalls, carrying a long silver banner that had Project Green printed on it in tall emerald green letters. The woman began trying to hang the banner over a big wooden arch at the entrance of the lot, but it was so long that it got tangled up in it. Rachel and Kirsty rushed to help. "Oh, thank you," the woman said breathlessly as the girls helped her. Soon they had draped the banner over the arch. "Have you come to volunteer?" The girls nodded eagerly. "I'm Rachel and this is my friend Kirsty," Rachel explained. "Fantastic," the woman smiled at them. "My name's Janet and I'm the head volunteer. It's really important that we get the garden set up as soon as possible because..." Janet glanced anxiously at her watch. "In a very short time, the builders and their bulldozers are arriving to turn this place into a parking lot." "That's terrible," Kirsty gasped. "We've been learning at school how important green spaces are," Rachel added. "Yes, we need parks for people to enjoy, not parking lots." Janet said firmly, "The only person with the power to stop the builders is the mayor of Rainsboro Island himself. We explained to the mayor that we want to show him how this space would work well as a garden, and he's promised to come by in an hour to see for himself." "Only an hour?" Rachel exclaimed. "That doesn't give us much time." She really wanted to scratch the tip of her nose, but her arms were full. "Oh, Kirsty, help!" she called. "The saplings are tickling my nose. I think I'm going to sneeze, and then I might drop everything." Kirsty immediately put down her own saplings and hurried over to Rachel. Her friend was twitching her nose in a desperate effort to help the kid from sneezing. Quickly, Kirsty took the saplings from Rachel's arms. She looked closely at the tiny tree and then gave a cry of delight. "Oh, that's better," Rachel sighed, with relief, rubbing her nose vigorously. "But why were the saplings shaking like that, Kirsty?" Kirsty laughed. "Try and guess." "Is there a spider or a bee hiding in there?" Rachel asked. "No, but we have seen these creatures before, and they have shimmery wings," Kirsty replied, her eyes twinkling. "A butterfly?" Rachel gasped. "We are on Butterfly Lane after all." Kirsty shook her head. She set the saplings on the ground and motioned for Rachel to look more closely. Once again the sapling quivered and trembled, and then a glittery fairy fluttered out of the branches.